Sorry, got a little carried away. Hey there, Night Owls. Mr. Night Owl here with my first rant on this channel, and it's a doozy. Can you guess what it's about? Yeah, did you hear? There's a new guitar out. In January, I never would have guessed. I don't know if you've heard. You might have seen this in your feed. It's a little, under the radar. The new Silver Sky SE is out. The PRS Silver Sky SE is finally dropped. Dropped from heaven straight to the ground to shatter. Hopefully it's a fucking Strat copy. Good Lord, people. You and your branding. Oh, God. The sad part isn't that they do it, it's that it works. It's like, ooh, this little bastard plays one, so we all gotta play one. And if you don't believe me that it's hype, marketing, and bullshit, guess what? You might not know this. This actually is a little underground-ish. People know about it, but it's not on the top of everybody's mind, let's say. PRS already made a Strat copy, an SE one too, called the EG. I know, SEEG. Who wants a guitar that says fucking egg on it? So I guess I get why it wouldn't sell, but come the fuck on. $850 for a Strat copy that comes in the colors of a Tesla and an iPhone and
Oh, we got special magic plastic. Look how cool. Oh, we beveled the edge of the jack. Isn't that cool?
It's like 50 extra cents of machinery per guitar. Whoop-de shit. A beveled edge.
Oh, it's got an 8.5 quarter inch blah 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 radius for the fretboard.
It's like, ooh, I'm gonna go home and shit my pants now. That's so awesome. You can pick up Strat copies anywhere for a lot cheaper. This is the result of a cult of personality, basically. In our little guitar world, half of us think the guy's annoying as shit. Little pretentious pop windbag who can play a little bit. Nobody's going to say he can't play. He can on his Instagram. He doesn't do it on his records, unfortunately, but go watch him on Instagram. He can play. I'm not going to shit on the guy for that. But Jesus Christ, he turned his signature guitar line into the next iPhone. It's like, people's like, oh, they're releasing one in a new color. I have to line up outside the block and wait for 3 days to go buy one. It's like, it's the same damn thing. 3, count them, 3 single coils. With a neckboard, with a fingerboard radius. That isn't flat like a Gibson. Wow! I never would have saw that one coming. Y'all and your branding and marketing. They spend millions of billions of dollars getting your information from these little devices about you shitheads, so they know exactly what you'll drop your money on. Somebody who's perceived as cool, the last, or one of the last Guitar Hero people. Isn't that a sad fact, too? That this guy is the last guy who actually is popular for playing guitar on a pop mainstream record. That guy. We started off with Scotty Moore, and we're ending all of this with John Mayer. Good Lord. He's not a half-bad player. Actually, he's a pretty good player on his Instagram. His records are just pop records. I mean, good Lord. Hey, here's 5 seconds of a guitar solo where I bend 3 notes in a kind of melody line thing. I'm God. Ah. It's like, give me a break. Not saying he has to go blare out Metallica riffs or anything stupid like that, but you can make a pop record, can't you still? And put like a 20-second solo where you actually show some chops just for fun. I mean, the songs are catchy enough, and they'd be listenable if you just rip a little bit for 20 seconds like they used to do back in the day. I know it's a hard concept to grasp nowadays for most people my age and younger, but guitar-driven music used to be popular music. I know, right? When did that quit? It's like, people treat all these old rock bands like they're some underground cult thing, or at least younger people who listen to them now that weren't around back then do. And it's like, you know, Led Zeppelin used to be played on the radio, right? And they used to have these things called AM radio stations where it would go Led Zeppelin, Buck Owens, Earth, Wind and Fire, 3 in a row. They just played it if it was popular. They didn't care. Until the advent, really, of FM stations and things starting to get a little bit more, fragmented. Nowadays, is there really even a pop mainstream that anybody pays attention to? I mean, you got what's on the charts, and you got what's on TikTok and shit, but none of it ever matches up. I have no idea what kids listen to. Video game music? Fuck if I know. I know I like what I like, and that our last pop mainstream guitar hero is a pretentious, wannabe artistic type, creative type douchebag selling basically guitar versions of iPhone. That's what fuck the man came to, huh? When did we sell out? Oh well, I haven't. I'm playing cheap shit and I like it. And I'm sure it's a fine guitar. You're not a piece of shit if you bought one. Just a little gullible maybe, but you're not a piece of shit. You're not a bad human being or anything. I'm being maybe a little judgy, but it's my channel. I'll be judgy if I want to. Oh, wait till you hear my Beatles rant. You guys are gonna flip your shit. Just as put together as the Monkees or Backstreet Boys or any of that shit. We'll get into that conspiracy land later. That's fun to talk about, whether it's bullshit or not. It's still fun to talk about. I don't get why people rag on conspiracy people. Whether it's true or not, isn't it fun to talk about, just to let the mind wander a little bit? Kind of like that alternate history thing people get into. I went to college, got a degree in history and economics. And so the alternate history thing kind of goes, it's a little, I don't know, a little too fiction-y when it comes to history. But conspiracy theories I love. I don't believe a lot of them. Because a lot of them, there's a conspiracy about conspiracies, which is the only one that makes them all make sense. I will get into that when we talk about the Beatle video. But please, don't feel bad if you didn't get your hands on today's latest toy. Your life will be okay. If you did, I'm sure you got a perfectly fine guitar. It'll play and sound great. There's nothing wrong. with PRS making a Strat copy, just quit with the ass kissing and the acting like the poppy popularkins and that these things matter when it's all just branding and marketing. Just be a person. Play what looks cool to you and what sounds cool to you. Fuck who made it. Okay? And try to save yourself some money. Your odds are you're not going to make a living playing one of these things. Or any other instrument, sadly. So save money where you can. If you find one of these used by PV Predator or any other budgety kind of thing that was made by a reputable company sometime recently, you'll have at least an okay sounding working guitar. The days of, I don't know, like the 60s when they just put some pickups on any piece of wood they had and they didn't even care if the frets were in a straight line. Those days are over. But here's another thing. I've reviewed some budget guitars on this channel that were from like the 90s and 2000s. They're not that bad. Things aren't like, oh, they were pieces of crap back then and now they're awesome. No. Those things weren't pieces of crap. They just weren't spec'd out. Because they wanted the kids to think, oh, I like playing and it sounds okay. But I want to get something good. It's the whole step up program. It's like, oh, you're not a beginner anymore. You're an immediate. You got to get a real one. And then once you get good, that real one becomes a piece of crap. Funny how it's all up here and not in the wood or pickups themselves. I could talk about this shit forever. It's because I love music. And I love playing. And I hate seeing hype trains like this and you people falling for them. Now, like I said, you're not a piece of shit for buying one. I'm sure it's a great guitar. For $850, it better be. I've put together for myself professional sounding gig-able, whatever you want to call it, bar band crap rigs to play live in front of people. Recently, that cost me under $300. Amp and all. I don't play with pedals. That's a whole nother thing. I try them out when I hear one that, you know, sounds kind of cool on the video. Just like you guys, I fall for some of this shit too. I'm a human being. But I usually play them for a couple days and ship them right back out. Which is, I don't know, something about pedals and tone suck. I think some of those old timers are right about that. But I'm not a scientist. What can I tell you? I can't explain the electronics on that shit. I just know when I plug it in, I don't like it. I like it. Whatever. And if you like the new Silver Sky SE, if you like John Mayer records, or you just want a weird Strat copy, because sometimes I get sick myself of these, hey look, it's exactly like a Strat. I get sick of that too. But it's right for a reason. They've been doing it this way for a long time for a reason. So, alright, well, I'm out of gas on this rant. Have a good night, night owls. Catch you on the flip side.